Season 3 of the 100 ended recently, so I would like to give you an extensive review of what season 3 was about. Hopefully you'll enjoy this. Okay, so I find Clark in the beginning of this episode. Kane is basically searching for Clark. What he finds though is he finds Pike, played by Michael Beach, basically here, and they've been in Ice Station territory for this whole time, and their experience with the Grinders have not been a positive one. Eventually, we do find Clark. She's basically in pain. She basically has been she's with anyone that comes across her. Basically, she hasn't got the betrayal that Alexa did to her during Mount Weather. Clark is then captured by Aaron, who has been under service by Alexa to bring her back. So then Clark and Alexa have a reunion. It's not a happy one, but it wants Clark to persuade her people to become the 13th clan. The decision is emboldened because Clark weakened Alexa by destroying Mount Weather. Sky Crew then decides to become the 13th clan, but Sky Crew is then attacked by a lone Ice Ace assassin. It's discovered that the lone mountain man, Carl Emerson, decides to give the code to self-destruct code to the Ice Queen, and so they blow up Mount Weather. To Pike becoming Chancellor, and Pike has the opposite view of what Kane has. And basically, this leads to Pike killing an army that was sent to protect them, which angers some people in the community. Clark and Alexa discover this. Alexa wants to kill everybody, but Clark persuades her to find out what happened, and she just does discover it, and discovers that Bellamy also wanted this to be done because he had someone he lost in the attack in Mount Weather bombing. Clark then decides to persuades Alexa to drop the policy of blood must not have blood, because the blood must not have blood policy is going to lead to everyone killing each other, and that is basically bad for business. Alexa then agrees to do this. However, not everyone is completely happy with this, especially Titus, who is her sort of spiritual advisor. Alexa is then killed by Titus, who is really trying to kill Clark. And after a conclave, Antari, who is an Ice Nation citizen, she also kills a whole bunch of Nightbloods who are in this conclave, and they're very young. She kills them in their sleep, and then she becomes the new commander. The second half of this story, though, involves an artificial intelligence. So the story involves John Murphy, who is played by Richard Harmon. He is trapped in an underground bunker in which he's repeatedly played over the past 3 months this tape of this person killing himself, who accidentally unleashed this artificial intelligence. When he gets out, he comes to see that Jaha, who is played by Isaiah Washington, has been under the spell of Allie, who says, "I can't eliminate your pain." And he can also say, Jaha believes that the City of Light is real. Light, and how you eliminate your pain also eliminates your memories of whether that's good or bad memories. Eliza Taylor and Maria Averopoulos, who plays Clark and Octavia, give really standout performances, and they continue to be the voice really of reason for this entire show. Harmon plays John Murphy, who has evolved from a really evil, nasty person from season 1, evolves into something really reasonable. He still has this very snarky attitude toward really everything he comes across. But Paige plays Pike as a guy who you think, oh, is this really a good or a bad person? And depending on what's your personal opinion of what happened this season, you clearly could think, oh, this guy could go either way of being good or being bad. Erica Cerra gives really 2 performances here as Allie and as Becca, one who is really this interesting artificial intelligence, one as Becca as the career of Allie, who comes to realize, oh, I made a shitty mistake, and basically I didn't program her correctly, and now she has ended the world. Becca becomes the first commander. That is actually pretty fascinating. The whole thing about the 13th station getting blown up, that is really revealed here, and how that happens, that is really interesting. The grounded politics and spirituality, how they basically burn their dead, how they choose the next commander by Nightbloods who have this special blood, and that the fact that they have an artificial intelligence inside their head, that is really fascinating. Morley, what I would like to point out is who his turn from really a good guy this last season to his turn towards darkness is a surprise, and it's really shocking to the finale which I saw last night to, you know, reasonable hero-ish. And Clark's interactions are really, again, another standout, really are standout, because these are two people who know each other well, know each other, and what they're each capable of doing. Jaha to a religious leader and to, you know, bad guy is really fascinating, because first off, when you see him, it's like, I have the city of light, there is no pain, there is no everything can be eliminated, hooray. And then as the season rolls along, it's like, join us, or basically be tortured into not doing anything. The City of Light is a very fascinating creation. Heck, I would even want to be in the City of Light. The problem with this season, oh man, do we have a whole lot of problems. First and foremost, Jason Rothenberg must have pitched one heck of a script, or pitch, to Mark Pedowitz or someone at the CW. First and foremost, there felt like a lot less Clark in this season. Where was Clark this season? I feel like we felt there was a whole lot less of her. But my main problem with this season is what's good on paper, and this is what affected The Walking Dead, affected Limitless this season, this affected Blind Spot. It really affected Base Motel for pretty much all of its run. What's good on paper does not always translate well on screen. It really should be called the 40, because really 60 people of the original 100 are basically dead. It's like, and anyone that we do get to know, it's like it's really the only person we really get to know this season is Shelseritz Harper, and she is a nice girl. I would definitely like to see more of her. But the Stuart Monroe, who after Rothenberg wrote 8 death scenes for her, they were never filmed. And this season, she gets a death scene that is so laughably bad, it makes what happened to the people in the first season, there was like some acid fog that killed them. That was interesting. But her death scene is so bad. Brian, his boyfriend, we get to know. And it's like, okay. There's actually one scene here that's actually quite funny, and in a way it's like, as Brian is talking to Miller, he says, will they ever get done fighting? And Miller says, yeah, we'll get a house by the lake and grow corn and raise chickens. And you're thinking to yourself, no, this is not going to happen to you, because nothing ever good happens to these people on the 100. City of Light storyline is not fascinating. If the whole show were to be about Pike and how Pike and the new commander, and how the moderate forces cannot hold out on the extremes, that would be a fascinating storyline. Again, Erica Caro, who plays Ellie, it's like I'm watching HAL 9000. Bellamy's turn to the dark side, as much as it is fascinating, it comes completely out of nowhere, and his walk back to that is like, okay, I really don't care. And it's like also, Antari, who is played by Rihanna Fish, it's like, I'm sorry, I just don't care about you. And here's just the main problem with this. Sheikah Moore, Johnny Wentworth, and Raymond J. Barry last season were compelling villains. They had a moral gray area to them. Here, there is just no villain that can stand out. Michael Beach could be the villain. No, turns into a reasonable person. Heck, Brenda Strong shows up this season as the Ice Queen. You think, okay, she could be a villain. No, she's killed off. And it's like, okay, what does that leave us? Okay, it's like Isaiah Washington and Erica Caro as the villains. And it's like, I don't care. And again, the City of Light storyline just devolves into a Invasion of the Bystanders episode. It's like, they feel no pain. I want to address some of the controversies that have plagued Season 3 so far. First and foremost, I want to discuss Lex's death. For those people who pay attention, I guess, and they use message boards, hooray for them, Lexa died after having sex with Clark. And people are outraged that, oh, she deserved a better exit. For me, it's like this. Jason Rothenberg did not have to apologize to you people. Here's my thing. Where were you when the episode was being shot? Where were you when the episode was written? If you want write and direct your own TV show, or be in charge of your own TV show, go to Hollywood. Go, and hopefully you'll be in charge of your own TV show one day. Because here's the thing, as I reiterate here, he did not have to apologize. He apologized 4 times, and he hasn't done social media since that time. It exists because someone else was lazy and didn't have to do anything else. I'm sorry for those people who are upset the way Alexa died. I think it's shocking how she went out, but again, it's like, why are you upset? It just doesn't, again, it's false outrage. It comes down to Ricky Will, who plays Lincoln this season, and he got killed by Pike, shot in the head, trying to escape. He's doing another show now. He basically came out and said, oh, Jason Rothenberg is a bully. He watered down my role. He wouldn't meet with me. And here's my belief. I believe this season started out with something that was for him to do, but the storyline evolved. The scene towards the end of one episode in which John Murphy is tied up to a bed where Antari, the new commander, is sleeping. She proceeds to get naked in front of him and pulls his chain to her bed, and it is strongly implied that they will have sex. To some people, that is considered rape. To me, it's not. I'm sorry, people because he wasn't resisting. He basically he found intrigued to be sleeping with this one person, and it's like, but the message boards are like, no, he was raped, blah blah blah. Guess what? And I reiterate this: he wasn't raped. Jason Rothenberg has publicly stated that he could see this show going to season 8. I don't see that. I see this going anywhere from season 4 to season 6, and as usual, we won't see the show until 2017 because CW has 15 hours of shows they're doing, but only 10 hours of programming, and this is going to grind what I'm about to say is this: CW, get yourself a 10 o'clock hour, or do Sundays, because this is getting annoying. What could season 4 be about? Well, there's this one scene towards the end of this episode last night in which Ellie said, hey, guess what? If you eliminate me, basically the nuclear power plants are going to self-destruct in another 6 months. Could that be the season 4 that we were looking for? I don't know, but I hope to find out. So let me say this now as I go away. Please like, comment, subscribe, and as always, enrich yourself, because enriching yourself with knowledge is